Celebrity photos are big money. Paparazzi can earn themselves a payday from anywhere between $1,000 to millions of dollars for a single shot. So we're listing the top 10 paparazzi pictures that sold for millions. Starting off with number 10, the most expensive photo ever sold, Princess Diana and lover. The picture of Princess Diana and her boyfriend Dodi Fayed that was taken by paparazzi is the one that sold for the most money. The $6 million picture was taken in July 1997, a month before they both passed away in a Paris car crash at high speed. The fleeting moment when two lovers lean in to kiss each other becomes even more heartbreaking when you know this timeline. The couple is seen on Fayed's super yacht Cuyo, while the prying paparazzi focal point got them in a private second. While Fayed wore yellow swimming trunks, Princess Diana wore a chic turquoise one-piece bathing suit. During their final extravagant vacation in Saint-Tropez, they appeared to have no qualms about anything. Paris Match referred to the image as the image of the summer of 1997 because it was so significant. Photographers were being used by Prince Charles and Princess Diana to outshine one another in the media. Parker Bowles celebrated his 50th birthday at a lavish party as a result of their contentious divorce. Diana professed her love for Fayed in public after deciding that two can win at the game. Frederick Garcia, a photographer for the Angeli agency, told the New York Times in 1997, "It was clear enough for all of us that she wanted to show the British establishment she was free. She didn't run from us even though she knew we were there. She chose to make her union with Dodi official through us." Diana was aware of the significance of her position as the people's princess. She stated that being permanently in the public eye gives me a special responsibility, and that her charitable work was essential for spreading her message. Diana pressed on, using the impact of photographs to get a message across, a message about an important cause or certain values. As she stated in her most recent interview with Le Monde, despite the fact that she was no longer married to Prince Charles, she referred to herself as a messenger. Over 2 decades later, that message of kindness, tragedy, love, and hope continues to resonate. On to number 9, J-Lo's babies Max and Emmy's first pics for $6 million too. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez first broke up in 2004, and Lopez made amends by dating Mark Anthony, a close friend of hers. They tied the knot in a private ceremony in Brookville, New York, just 6 months later. Their private wedding video was taken and held for $1 million as a ransom, causing quite a stir. However, the robbers were soon apprehended and charged in Manhattan criminal court. The couple announced their pregnancy for the first time in 2007 on the final night of their co-headlining tour. But it turned out to be twins. Lopez gave birth to Maximilian David and Emmy Maribel on February 28, 2008. This became the most expensive celebrity photo ever taken when People magazine paid a reported $6 million for exclusive photos. "I think they just changed your perspective on the entire world, you know, and how you look at life," Lopez stated to Today. "That was a big realization for me when I had kids. They simply improved everything. They contributed to my personal development." The couple announced their split 3 years later, and the divorce was finalized in 2014. On to number 8, Honor Marie Warren first photos. $1.5 million. Cash Warren and Jessica Alba got married for 4 years after they met in 2004 while they were both filming Fantastic Four. In the July 2008 issue of OK, the first images of their daughter Honor Marie were published in a magazine following their payment of $1.5 million. After that, in 2011, they welcomed their second child, Haven Garner Warner. Jessica reveals that she has 2 very distinct parents. "I have 2 very different girls," she revealed to Housekeeping magazine. "The way I raise one child is different from the way I raise the other. There is no one-size-fits-all approach. I believe that as mothers and women, we need to try to be less judgmental and demonstrate to younger girls that we support one another no matter what." Preach, Jessica. On to number 7, Angelina and Brad's biological daughter for $4.1 million. When Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie gave birth to their first biological daughter on May 27, 2006, they decided to take matters into their own hands because they were aware that the paparazzi had set a price for the initial photos. The parents received a $4.1 million payday as a result of People magazine paying for the exclusive first pictures of Shiloh in them, which they then gave to UNICEF in full. These were the most expensive photographs that the media had ever paid for. In an interview with Vogue in 2010, Jolie stated that Shiloh preferred to be referred to as John. She likes to dress like a boy, wants to be a boy, and even thinks she's one of the brothers, she stated. When Shiloh decided to choose her own gender identity, the couple had been very supportive. On to number 6, Demi and Ashton Kutcher, $3 million. Despite being 15 years apart, Demi and Ashton Kutcher started their own romance in 2003, making them the talk of the town. Rumere, Tallulah, and Scott were the 3 daughters that Moore and her second husband Bruce Willis had together. Even though Kutcher was younger than her teenage daughters, this partnership appeared to be a match made in heaven in Hollywood. In 2005, they got married in front of 150 close friends and family, including Bruce Willis. OK bought the pictures for the event for $3 million, which would have covered the couple's extravagant honeymoon. The couple couldn't resist sharing their sensual selfies with the world when Instagram was launched, but it didn't work out that way. In 2011, after months of rumors, Moore said they were ending their marriage because they couldn't agree on anything. Kutcher got engaged to Mila Kunis, his co-star from That 70s Show, just a few months after the divorce was finalized, and they now have kids together. Number 5, Maddie Aldrige, first photos, $1 million. When she announced in an interview with OK in 2007, 16-year-old Jamie Lynn Spears sparked a lot of controversy. She was expecting her 18-year-old boyfriend Casey Aldridge's kid. She gave birth to Maddie Bryan Aldrige on June 19, 2008 at Macomb Southwest Mississippi Regional Medical Center. OK also bought the first photos of Maddie when she was born for $1 million. However, the controversy was not yet over. Jamie Lynn was thought by many to be under the age of consent due to the age gap between the parents. There was no crime committed because it would only be a felony if they were 3 years apart in age, and it was later confirmed that Casey was just under 2 years older than Jamie Lynn. In 2014, Jamie Lynn married Advanced Media Partners owner Jamie Watson in New Orleans after splitting from Aldrige. Number 4, Anna Nicole Smith, $1 million and $2 million. Anna Nicole Smith and Howard K. Stern tied the knot in an informal ceremony of commitment in 2006 on a 41-foot yacht off the Bahamas coast. They exchanged vows in front of a Baptist minister, but there was no marriage certificate, so the union was not legally valid. They partied on Sandy Cay, where guests celebrated with a lot of apple cider and champagne after the ceremony. People magazine purchased the photographs of their wedding ceremony for $1 million. Tragically, Smith's body was discovered in her room at 607 Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida on February 8, 2007. Her passing was attributed to combined drug intoxication, with the sleep aid chloral hydrate serving as the major component. After a 7-week investigation, her system did not contain any illegal substances, and Smith's funeral was held on March 2, 2007. When Anna Nicole Smith passed away, Danny Lynn was only 8 months old. Howard K. Stern, Smith's longtime personal attorney, claimed he was certain he was the father when she first announced her pregnancy, and the birth certificate listed his name. After DNA tests demonstrated Larry Burkhead's paternity with 99.99% certainty, a judge declared him the father in 2007. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but I told you so, Burkhead said at the time. I am the father and my child will soon return home. After that, the birth certificate was changed. That's some juicy gossip right there. Burkhead informed E, I look at her and she is my everything, he wrote online. I'm just so proud of her when I see how big she has grown. She's like having a miniature Anna Nicole running around in so many ways as she gets older and her features change. She reminds me so much of her mother. OK bought the photos of the two of them together for $2 million. On to number 3, Eva Longoria and Tony Parker's wedding, $2 million. The entire Desperate Housewives cast attended Eva Longoria and Spurs point guard Tony Parker's wedding on July 6, 2007. The Saint-Germain-l'Auxerrois Church in Paris served as the venue for the couple's Catholic wedding, and OK bought the pictures of the handsome groom and the blushing bride for $2 million. Parker claimed that the demands of Hollywood were the reason for the divorce. I could not control the exposure, he said. In today's world, everything can be found on social networking sites and the internet. Hollywood is a completely different world. Longoria requested the restoration of her maiden name and Parker's spousal support after their 2011 divorce was finalized. She announced her engagement to businessman Jose Antonio Besto in December of that year. On to number 2, Max Bratman first photos, $1.5 million. After the first images of Christina Aguilera and her newborn son Max Bratman were published in People magazine in 2008, the couple received a check for $1.5 million. Additionally, she wrote on her official website, I made a special video for the song Save Me From Myself from my Back to Basics album in honor of our love for one another and our expanding family. Because it includes actual footage from our personal wedding, this video holds a special place in my heart, demonstrating that album promotion should not cease during childbirth. Last month, The Voice judge spoke to Women's Health about the demands of motherhood. Mothers are always expected to be the nurturers, the givers, and the providers of a comfortable home, she stated. We are expected to become pregnant, have children, and breastfeed them once they are born. And after having a baby, we're supposed to look amazing, right? We're supposed to get back to being sexy and keeping things exciting in the bedroom, so we need to keep our husbands and boyfriends interested. The list is so extensive. I love my children, and having children is the greatest joy, but women must make time for themselves. Again, preach. On to number 1, Angelina Jolie again. $2 million and $15 million. After adopting her son Pax Tien from an orphanage in Tam Binh, Vietnam, Angelina Jolie was featured on yet another People magazine cover. Pax's birth mother left him at a city hospital when he was just 1 month old. According to Nguyen Van Trung, the orphanage's director, Jolie had requested a healthy boy between the ages of 3 and 5 with no family. There were 31 other boys the same age, but all of them had relatives or were not healthy. She was fortunate that this boy met the requirements and requested when she applied. Due to the high international demand for Vietnamese children, Pax would be living with another family if Jolie did not adopt him. According to Trung, there are more foreign adoption requests than eligible adoption children. There is more supply than demand. Vietnam is the 14th most popular adoption location, behind China, which has more than 6,000 adoptions in the US each year. Knox and Vivian Jolie Pitt twins are the Jolie Pitt's youngest children. The middle name of Pitt's grandfather, Hal Knox Hillhouse, is Knox, and Vivian's middle name is Marceline, which is Jolie's mother's first name. People magazine paid an unbeatable $15 million for the first exclusive photos, which were taken in Nice, France. The Jolie Pitt Foundation received a donation of all proceeds from their initial photo shoot. The Maddox Jolie Pitt Foundation was the original name of the charity when it was founded in 2006. The money would be used to help with global humanitarian crises. The couple gave $1 million to Doctors Without Borders and Global Action for Children to help launch the foundation. That's all for today. Let me know what the most surprising paparazzi pick was to you, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time on The Rich Life.